Okay, I'm here to talk about the much needed playoff system in college football. Okay, and the last couple of years there's been a lot of debate about this. Just a second. Ugh. Because you had what based it all was Oklahoma, Texas, Texas Tech. I'm a Texas fan all the way. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love the Longhorns. I have since I saw them play Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Been Chunk's sophomore year there. Um, so that's a big thing. You really need a playoff system in college football, and look at it not from an upset Texas fan point of view. Look at it from a Texas player point of view. You go to a program like Texas to do one thing because you know you have a great opportunity to win championships there. It's a good opportunity there as you do anywhere else to win a championship. So you go there for that purpose, for the sole purpose of winning a championship. And then you have Roy Miller, Brian Orakpo, Quan Cosby. Who are these guys? Oh, and Ryan Palmer. And also Rashad Bobineau. But, and you have others, Chris Obanaya. There's a lot. Dean Dockery, offensive lineman. But, you have all these guys that are what? Seniors. And they do what? They play hard all year long. All year long. And what do they get for it? They get nothing. They get snubbed, pretty much. They, just right out of the championship game. And I'm not jacking on Oklahoma fans because it's not their fault they made a championship game. But what I am going to say is this. Texas should have been there because they beat Oklahoma. And, everyone, Texas fans, Texas Tech fans are saying, well, we should have been there. We should have been there. Yeah, you have that debate. Maybe it's just because I'm a Texas fan, but you lost by, what was it, 45 points to Texas A&M, and then you played Baylor, and I think it was Baylor. Maybe it wasn't Baylor, but you almost lost to someone on the final game of the year. So yeah, you have a legitimate argument saying, yeah, we beat Texas, we have the same record as them, and Oklahoma. But Oklahoma kind of proved that what happened against Texas was a bit of a fluke. And also remember that Quan Cosby got injured in that game. So we had kind of a case as we did this past season where, you're kind of like, what's wrong with Colt McCoy? Why isn't he playing well? Well, it's not Colt McCoy as much as he was missing one of his best receivers. So we had one guy, and that was Shipley, who played very well. But didn't have those other guys, stepping up and making plays throughout the duration of the game like Cosby would have. So you have that situation, and the odd thing where Texas got to a ridiculously slow start, sluggish, partly because Cosby got injured. But Oklahoma sort of showed that you're kind of like, well, if Texas played them again, I bet they would win, And it was on the road, and Texas Tech got to a fast start. Got to a good start. So, I'm not saying anything about Texas Tech. I'm just saying this. 45-35, Texas beat Oklahoma. There needs to be a college football playoff system now from this year. But look at it from a senior's point of view. You may be wondering why I'm bringing up rehashing such an old issue from a couple years ago. This is why. You say, well, yeah, but Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley came back the next year. People didn't know whether or not Jordan Shipley was going to be able to come back. For sure. A lot of people thought he was probably going to go, but he was granted his 6th year. But, you have all these seniors who left. You think, well, tough luck. I guess you should have beaten Texas Tech. You can say that. Then next year, come back, Texas fight you tails off, just works their tail off all year long to get into the game. Had some ugly wins, Oklahoma and Nebraska. Um, ugly win, both of them. But they did it. Their defense came to play. Both defense did. They came to play. And sometimes you win games with offense, sometimes you win games with defense. But then Colt McCoy gets injured in the championship game, and he ends up walking away from his college career completely empty-handed because one year, Power's beyond his control. He got snubbed out of the championship game. Next year, Power's out of his control. Gets knocked out of the championship game. And, a lot of people saying, well, they almost won anyways. They should have won because they're Texas, right? Well, you can't really expect a freshman quarterback who's seen nothing but the practice squad all year long to come in and play. And do you really think that their main concern when going into the championship game was getting Garrett Gilbert ready? I don't think so. They probably weren't. He probably wasn't getting a ton of the time in practice because they're not planning on him playing. And maybe that's bad coaching move, whatever. You can say what you want about that, but it's going to be hard to argue that Mac Brown just had a ridiculous coaching move. Since Mac Brown is one of the best in the NCAA. And I'd probably go as far to say the best, except maybe Joe Paterno, but when you look at recent success, you might even have to say Mac Brown is the best coach in the NCAA. Maybe Urban Meyer, but, he's had some issues with the NCAA as far as sanctions, and he has not been sanctioned, but it's been investigated. At the very least, Mac Brown has had nothing close to that happen. And because Mac Brown is such a great coach, so classy, he has guys like Colt McCoy stay around that extra year and play for their senior year at school. But, anyways, what I'm saying is that, had Oklahoma then been snubbed out of the championship game, then you would have the same thing saying, well, yeah, they're snubbed out of the championship game, and the next year, Bradford gets injured. So, same situation. If they hadn't been able to play in the championship game, then you would have had Bradford get injured, and, all that. You know what happened. So, same thing would have been able to be said for Oklahoma. And they lost. Oklahoma, everyone's saying Oklahoma proved to the world by beating Oklahoma State and Missouri that they deserve to be in the championship game. What did Texas prove to the world by beating Oklahoma? The BCS voters and everyone involved in the voting is just shocked, and they're like kids. They're like little kids. Wow. That happened. Look at what Oklahoma did. So we're going to completely forget what Texas did to them on a neutral site, beating them 45-35, commanding victory, coming from behind originally, having that commanding victory. And then they're going to put Oklahoma in the championship game. And supposedly we have the best two teams in the championship. Now, if Oklahoma and Florida had went through a playoff system in college football, sure, whatever. Oklahoma and Florida meet. And that's fair. But it's not fair when this happens because look at these seniors. All leave college empty-handed. And beating Ohio State really didn't end up meaning anything at all because we were supposed to beat Ohio State, and that's what we did. And so that meant nothing. And if we lost to Ohio State, then everyone was saying, haha, yeah, if look at Texas, they lost. It'd be like an Oklahoma Boise State situation. So we need a playoff system.